lot of people say things without considering the effect on others. In today's special report, we will take a look at why it is crucial to consider the effect of what we say and our actions on people.
Words have power. Their meaning crystallizes perceptions that shape our beliefs, drive our behavior, and ultimately create our world. Their power arises from our emotional response when we read, speak, or hear them. Words are extremely powerful tools that we can use to uplift our personal energy and improve our lives. Though we are often not conscious of the words we speak, read, and expose ourselves to. Words are pervasive and integral to communication in modern life and the pursuit of harmonious relationships. Communicating with each other is an essential aspect of human life. We converse with people that are very close to us, people at work, schools, and friends. It is important to understand and appreciate the power of what you say to enable you to live life happily. Every utterance you make has a ripple effect on others. If you ensure your words are positive, pleasant, and kind, notwithstanding the circumstances, then you will feel at peace, and so will those around you. However, if you utter words with no inner sincerity, then the effect of those words will backfire, and people will see through you and mistrust you. Even the words of others can easily affect our personal vibration. The power of positive words expressed with a sincere positive inner intent will have the strength to heal a broken heart. Words which are expressed with a negative intent and spoken harshly have the potential of destroying even the most solid relationships. Indeed, wars have been waged based on mere words, and miracles have manifested because of insightful utterances.
When you talk about giving your word to people, it means that you expect people to see your word as your bond. You expect people to see that your words can be taken to the bank and it will surely do what you have said it to do. As a legal practitioner, we work with precedents. We expect that things that have before now been decided, and if those similar issues are thrown up by subsequent problems in society, that precedents already set will be followed. So people should have an expectation of what they should expect. So words are very vital, and obedience to those words and honoring those words are very, very key to having a successful society, either in a family or in the larger society.
Those in authority, whether by appointment or by election, have a mandate to care for the people or the constituency who elected them. So what they say has to do with the credibility, how believable they are going to be, whether now or in the future. So people can take their word and run to the bank over that. So if what they say ultimately is not fulfilled, it means people are going to lose confidence in the system. They're going to have apathy and the rest of it. As most political systems are rife with that. When promises are not kept, or when you issue threats to people who tell you to office and so on, it can also be demoralizing. That is the obvious thing to me. We are talking about intimidation, blackmail, and so on. The content of what is said will be received by the intended audience, and it will be interpreted. So the interpretation can stimulate many reactions in a person's body and mind. Can stimulate hope, can stimulate despair, apathy.
People at the end of affairs, they don't look at the effect of policies or anything they're going to say about the public because one, they fail because they are already on top, and they don't want to consider the masses who have not been there. Here in Nigeria, those people who are at the end of affairs, who are in authority, they only know of their own. They don't think about the masses.
There's this adage: the lizard told his friend that they shouldn't, when they quarrel, they shouldn't exchange bitter words, because by the time they settle, those words will not go. But if they fight with their tail, they can forget easily. It's very important that we are careful about what we say, about what words we use concerning other people, because before long, the hen will come home to roast. So we must ensure that we are constructive in things that we say out and that we talk about, especially as it concerns other people.
Politics of bitterness, it drags the people backward. We need to come together on a round table, all hands must be on deck. Whether party A is on board or party B, whether APC or PDP, we need to join together and work together with the governor on seat, so that everything will move forward in the state, so that the state will move forward to the greater heights.
Before you say anything, you must consider it, because what comes out of your mouth, the Bible says the tongue is the most powerful part of one's body. Whatever you say out of your mouth, you must consider it first before you say it out, because it has an effect on anything, even on your own, in your own self. So whatever you say out of you, that comes out of you, consider it first, whether it is good or not.
Sometimes as human beings, the things we say somehow has effect on people, either negatively or positively. So that is why I would, advise that whatever any person wants to say concerning any individual, you should tread with caution, so that you don't inflict a wound that might cause a problem in the nearby future or something.
Words influence others and build relationships at work and personally. They can tear down relationships, hold massive, colossal power to manifest change, whether it is good or bad. The way you speak, the attitude and tone reflects the person you are and imparts everything around you. It can greatly contribute to your success or failure, both in business and personal life. By uttering words which are hurtful or harsh, you will create conflicts, difference of opinions, resentments. Speech is forged entirely by your inner intent. Try to maintain a desire to speak in a manner that does not leave behind scars that cannot be erased for a lifetime. Try to speak in a manner which does not break people's hearts or binds vengeance and conflict. As you gain the true insight of speech, you start the first step in attaining ultimate liberation.
Every word that proceeds out of our mouth, there is life in it, there is power in it. Either it has the power to build and to destroy. That is one thing we have to know about our words. And secondly, this is a political time. Each and every one of us must be mindful of the words we vomit. Power is from God. That's one thing I have to say. Irrespective of whom you are, power is from who? God, not from man. But God can use whosoever to make sure that he achieves his same objectives. So I've seen many people today say different one thing or the other. But let the words we say matters. And let us also match our words with actions too. One thing I have to say, God said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word will not pass away until I accomplish that mission I sent it forth to do. That is to tell you that everything that God created is as a result of the spoken words of what? God. So everything we see now came into existence by what? The spoken words of God. That means that word that is in you, there's life in it, He can create.
It is good to guide our utterances, because we are in a jet age where people take note of what we say from our mouth.
Our word and actions against other people. It's not you that you will judge. The public will judge you in what you have done and in what you have failed to do. If you have failed to do something you have said in your word and you fail, which means your government failed. If you now say a word and you didn't abide to it, people will also judge you. You cannot be judging yourself. You cannot be a judge and also be a defendant.
It is very important. When you uttered words out, you cannot tell the effect of that word. Most especially, the interpretation is much important than one have to reason before you say things. Some people will want to say a word and just say, just by saying it. But you don't know the impression the person that you said it to have. And it might come back to you the other way. So it is very important, because in as much as you have uttered that words out, to reverse it or recall it, you might say I recall it back. But the effect, the damages or the blessing, depending on what you said, is much important. And that's why we must have to be very careful of what we said. The Bible said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That word, what is conceived inside of you might not be seen by anybody. But when you say it out, the effect of it is manifest.
There is nobody who utters any words without knowing or having special regards to whatever comes out of his or her mouth. So if we look at authority, for example, the kind of politics we play in Africa is same. That after election, we still carry along that party influence. We are looking at authority per se, how our words and action can affect them. After election, whatever government that has come to stay in terms of authority, everybody is supposed to keep political interest behind and say, okay, let's through our own action contribute what could help the government achieve manifesto or achieve dividends of democracy for the persons they are ruling over. Then our words also should follow. But only in Africa you see people, they predict negativity continuously. Even when the government leaves after a tenure and they are gone, you will still see all language they speak against them is all bad ones, bad predictions. So there is need for us to adjust and use our voice and our action to even help those in authority to achieve whatever we are waiting for as dividends of democracy. If you want me to explain it further, it's like you give birth to a child and everything you tell the child every day is negativity. That child will grow up to achieve that negativity. So when it comes back as a feedback, then you start seeing it that what you spoke out of your mouth, the words that came out of your mouth is being achieved. Because it must have effect on that person you're talking with. Because I believe that words carries power. Because if you look at those who preaches the Bible and religious books very well, they will tell you that even the world was created out of words. Let there be light, and there was light. Isn't it? So I want to recommend, or I want to be on the path that will ask people to adjust, that everybody should speak positivity. Let's for once be positive.
This word is like egg. Once it comes out, it's very difficult to gather. We have to be very careful. If it has effect, a damaging effect on people, when we don't know when we talk anyhow, it has a damaging effect on people. And the image of that man will be destroyed already.
Words have great power, so choose them wisely and think before you speak. It will make all the differences. Choose the words that you speak very carefully because they have the potential of accomplishing anything or destroying anything. Just one negative comment can ruin a person's day. A few might even ruin the person's life. On the flip side, one positive and encouraging comment can be just enough to increase employee engagement, create healthier cultures, and make more of a difference in an individual's life than you would ever imagine. We tend to overlook the small things in life. The reason for this is that others can sense that you do not harbor any ill will towards them, because your words emit vibrations of your inner intent towards them. Understanding will turn even enemies into best friends.
From the opinions and views of respondent interviewed, you can actually understand that it is important to consider what you say or do, as it has advantage or disadvantage on people. From Benin City, Caroline Okonji reporting.